Mic check. We shall see. Motherfucker. Never mind. No, I'm not. Gauge is out, as you saw. This is the next day. So I got the new gauge in the housing, which is back here. Tested it, made sure it worked. I had to like stop everything. I had to run to Harley to get, hang on. These are the front and rear speedometer gaskets. They are part number 67121-95A and 67104-95. That's rear, front. And then I went ahead and bought a new boot for the reset switch on the back, just because it was like $2 and they had one there, so might as well. So, and if you're wondering, when I swapped the housing out, when I got those bars, I did not get new gaskets for this. And it was kind of a time crunch because I had to get the state inspection done and they needed the speedometer installed. So I didn't have time to go get these, so I just fucking threw it in there and glued it. Big mistake, because I probably won't even be able to sell this now unless I clean it up really well. But whatever, that's story for a different day. So what I'm gonna do now, unplug that whole thing, get the whole assembly taken off, back on the workbench, get the gaskets installed, get the backing plate put on, final install inside of the housing, and then throw it back on, mount it permanently, toggle through all the settings that I need to change, and we're good to go, man. So let me get the camera going down. That's the final install there. Looks a lot better with these new gaskets. Everything's nice and tight. So now the only thing left to do is plug it in and get everything set as far as odometer and everything else. All right, so that pretty much does it for the install of, well, I guess reinstallation of everything. And like I said, I am missing some hardware here. The entire, if you know anything about these mounting systems, the entire like plastic arm that connects the windshield to the supports is gone. I don't know where the hell it went. It just fell off on a ride somewhere. So I did order a new set from Moons. It was like $30 for all new hardware. So that should be here in a couple days, and then I'll get that taken or put on. So now I'm gonna go into setting this up with the preferences that I want as far as what RPM do the shift indicator light, the mileage. I'm gonna read through these instructions and kind of go over it a little bit as much as I can as far as how I understand it or how I will understand it. We shall see. So with the help from the folks over at Koso North America, fantastic customer service, I was able to figure out how to get into this. Let me start you from the beginning here. So we have all this paperwork for every different setting available in this gauge here. So we're gonna start at the beginning. Basically D1 is the first menu. And what you're gonna do is turn this on accessory, not on the on position, just accessory. And then we're gonna go hold this down, and it's gonna go to D1. That's the clock, which I've already set. Next one is units. This is where you're gonna change it from mile per hour to kilometers an hour, Celsius to Fahrenheit. Already changed mine to miles and Fahrenheit because we're in the lovely country of America. Menu 3, this is a fun one. This is where you change your illumination settings. So when you get to here, to whatever menu you're trying to get to, hold the button down and it's gonna go into the menu. See this one flashing now? You're gonna change the color. We got white, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, purple, and back to white. So I think I'm gonna go with orange for now. I think that looks pretty good. And then you hold the button down, it'll flash to the next one. Doop. And this should be the brightness level. Let's see what we can do here. So you can go 1 to 5. So I'll go 4 to 5. Pretty bright, not too bright though. Tire size, I'm just gonna stay with the 100% because this is the stock tire. I don't really understand what else that would mean. D5 is the gear indicator. Again, I'm not sure if this is gonna work or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and set it up as if it is. Hold the button, go into the screen, and this just toggles on and off. There's a couple different settings you can do here. You can do on, off, obviously. It'll have a top gear setting. When you're in your top gear, it'll display top gear only, and then it'll have a neutral top gear setting, which will only display your neutral and top gear. So I'm gonna leave it on so it'll display all 6 gears. That's including neutral. Going back to D6. Now this is the shift indicator light. You say the RPM you want it set at. Default is 5,500. I'm probably gonna drop that down to 5,000. Okay, so now the second digit is flashing, so 5,000, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5,000 RPM. Hold it. So let me to F off now. All right, so that one's set to 5,000. D7 is the fuel level. I'm not too worried about this because I still have a very good working fuel gauge on my tank. D8 is display. Okay, so it turns out you can completely set your odometer to whatever you want to set it at. So if you're looking at buying a used bike with a Koso gauge, keep that in mind. All right, that's about it. When you're on the main screen here, not in the settings menu, so it's got your odometer, that's about what my mileage was. Of course, the tag, mile an hour, odometer, and your gear indicator. You press your button on the back here just like you would on your regular Speedo, and you toggle through trip A, trip B. This is your maintenance miles. I need to go in there and change that. I'll probably just leave it because I'm about due for a service anyway. Clock, and this is the engine temp and your voltage. I'm at 13.2 right now because my bike is plugged in, and then back to the odometer. So with that being said, I'm gonna strap this GoPro on my fucking forehead or something. I'm gonna go take this for a ride to see how it looks. Should be pretty fucking sweet, I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited about this. I'm super excited about it. Let's fucking ride this thing and see how it works.